Alright, welcome back to another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmor, and this is going to be game 2 between Fiction in the blue Infernal here, spawning in the bottom of, what map is this, Broken Crown. And we have oCRaM in the red Infernal, spawning in the top right. And as I mentioned in the last game, this is a best of 3 series that was played out in the Goblin Cluckfest tournament. Held by Apoptosis and Chicken Man. This was actually the Goblin Cluckfest 3 Tokyo Drift, played out in the round of 24. And these two players played out that first match, and Fiction was the winner with a nice composition, mixing a large number of units. And he opened Vault in that match, and it looks like he is opening Vault again here, hopefully to repeat his victory in the last match. And oCRaM, who went with a very Gaunt-heavy composition last game, looks like is doing the same again here, at least opening Conclave. We'll see if he tries to change his strategy a little bit here. Of course, having lost the first game, he might want to try and change something different, or maybe he just feels he didn't play the game to his best, and maybe if he can just get a better start on this strategy, might be able to come out the victor here. Now, oCRaM is going to be creeping this speed camp first. The speed camp is, in my mind, kind of a nasty camp to creep because these Shadow Mastiffs, they like to charge around and they get a little bit chaotic. You can't just sort of stand in one spot and tank them nice and easy. And we see from Fiction a slightly different strategy going for the health camp, which is usually the more standard strategy on this map. So using the farm to creep the health camp, and now we see oCRaM pushing down towards this vision camp, the vision camp of Fiction, technically, at least it's on Fiction's side of the map, whereas Fiction is now going for his own speed camp. Trying to micro those Gaunts. Yeah, we see him microing the Gaunts a little, or not Gaunts, sorry, Fiends, so that he doesn't lose any, or hopefully doesn't lose any, again, to these chaotic Shadow Mastiffs. And it looks like one Fiend goes down. Oh, two Fiends actually go down. So with some good micro at the beginning, but at the end, still just losing a couple of those Fiends. And the Vision Camp has been cleaned up with this Gaunt Force, small Gaunt Force, slowly growing from oCRaM. And sometimes when you grab this camp, you use that to do a little bit of aggression. But it looks like oCRaM has decided, no, I'm going to go back and get my own vision camp, while Fiction has sent a Fiend to capture this. Now, Fiction is also moving across the map towards this vision camp. And that could lead to a little bit of a conflict here. But we don't have upgrades. It's still pretty early in the game here, but we don't have upgrades from either of them. Do we have upgrades going down? Yes, we have the Brute upgrade over here going down. And I do not see a Ritual Chamber out of oCRaM yet. So no Plague Axes yet from oCRaM. Now that Brute upgrade, what is that Brute upgrade called? Soulforge Ascendance. Is been moved in this patch to Tier 1. It has had its research time increased to 2 minutes because on Tier 1 you could get that going real fast. They want to make sure there's a little bit of time before those Brute upgrades come. And sure enough, this battle right now, this battle over the speed camp is happening before those Brute upgrades actually kick in. And a lot of those Brutes are really weak. But still, Fiction managing to push oCRaM away from that speed camp, still being able to hold on to it, and we see those Brutes coming back. Once that Soulforge Ascendance is done, they'll be able to split into 3 Fiends instead of 2. That's one reason why you're going to want to keep them alive here. And of course, after Soulforge Ascendance, they will also have 10 armor. Now we're seeing an interesting thing that you can do with a Hexen, which is use your skull to take one of these vision towers. Though it looks like oCRAM's Gaunt Force is going to come in here and, yeah, just in time stopping that. And may be able to capture it themselves. But coming across to try and chase, from the vision cam was able to see that Fiction was creeping here and managed to chase them away. An interesting little surround from those fiends, though too many Gaunts on the map. they do pretty well against those fiends because they do extra damage. And even though we got some start on that camp, actually none of those creeps went down. So no benefits from that creep camp for Fiction nor for oCRaM. And now we have oCRaM just pushing right in to Fiction's natural here. And this, honestly, Fiction doesn't seem to have a lot here. There is a single brute. Now 3 fiends, now 2 fiends. And these imps are saying, hey, I want to get out of here. And actually, this might be working out all right for Fiction since he's leading this Gaunt force away from the base. And he had nothing else in that base. These Gaunts content to take out some of these Fellhogs and chase these imps across the map. Looks like these 2 imps are going to go down, at least this one. Oh, yeah, this other one is going to be chased as well. This one's hiding up here. If I were, I don't know, I think I'd just stay up there. But looks like oCRaM said, okay, I cleaned up some of those imps, found that other one there. And now I want to move my way back in. Do we have Plague Axes yet? Still no Plague Axes yet from these Gaunts. But there is a large force. Now that Summon Shroudstone is doing extra DPS, and the Hexing goes down from a target fire. Okay, cool. Those Gaunts trying to get damage on this shrine outside the range of that Shroudstone. But this Magmadon is pretty dangerous looking. There is only one, but a Magmadon with those area of effect stompy damage can really do some damage to a Gaunt force like this. And it looks like oCRaM is just happy to say, hey, I'm going to come take this health camp from you, heal up my Gaunts here. Oh, well, the health camp respawned right as that was happening. But actually that gives a little bit of an income to oCRaM. Losing only 1 Gaunt there, taking that out. Capturing it, but not spending too much time to heal up those weak Gaunts. Still regrouping over here at the Vision Camp, recapturing the Vision Camp. And what is the play for oCRaM here? Okay. Looks like maybe going to do some creeping. Let's check out back home here for Fiction. We have a army growing that Mag and those Gaunts are being added to. We do have, looks like Plague Axe is on the way here. And what's this? A Twilight Spire for us to go up to tier 3. We saw Fiction going for a Dragon last game, as well as upgraded Hellborns, which both of those I think were integral in oCRaM or in Fiction's win last game. So if he can just survive long enough to get those high value units out, he might be able to survive this incredibly large and growing Gaunt force from oCRaM. Now oCRaM again looks like trying to just get some income from these creeps. Well, now let's see here, is that Reaper's Rush going down? So maybe he's just, oh, there's one of those scrolling bugs. With the Reaper Rush, these Gaunts are going to become getting that movement speed boost. Right now we see them sort of slowly moving around the map. With Reaper's Rush, they become a nice speedy strike force. But here, oh, just in time, that Shroudstone just finished, and they're able to snipe it. But a Summon Shroudstone, as well as it looks like now some Hellborn, are able to push that force back. Again, without Reaper Rush, these units are still pretty slow, but that Reaper Rush is almost done. Now it's done, and we can see these fast Gaunts are able to move on top and take that out. And we do have a speed camp being taken out by Fiction as well. And again, it's a little bit of recapturing the camps after they refresh. Looks like oCRaM is also trying to go down for another base. Both of them on 4 bases technically now, but it looks like both of their 4th base, yeah, Fiction's is still going down, and oCRAM's has just started mining. Okay, so moving back across the map, coming, what, to the Shroudstone to collect some white health is my guess. We see the white health going up quickly on all these Gaunts. Weaver's joining And this is that same composition we saw from oCRaM last time. Those Weavers being able to pull in those high-value targets like Hellborns and Mags. And they're gone for it. Ooh, nice hits from those Weavers. And that first Magmadon being pulled in by the Weaver. And another yank on a Hellborn. Another yank from a Hellborn. That lead Weaver just tanking very well. We see a strike force of Gaunts coming around, trying to take out these units, these other Gaunts and Hellborn here. And these Weavers are getting some really good pay here. They have taken out all of those Hellborns. We're down to just a few Gaunts for Fiction here. This is not looking great. We have these Gaunts. Oh, a Gaunt force is pushed forward well. Yes, these Gaunts are trying to take out the Shroudstone. We're seeing reinforcements from Brutes. Brutes are actually pretty good because they're a little tanky. Their damage dealing is just not the best. They spend a lot of time derping around, although pathing has been improved this patch, so they don't derp quite as bad. Yeah, they just do some tanking, but these Gaunts, the Gaunt force here just looks too big. On top of all these units, on top of the economy, taking out this natural. We see oCRaM splitting his force so he can chase the armies away while also taking out this shrine. And yes, that's a GG from Fiction, bringing this series to a one each. Looks like we're going to go all the way in this best of 3. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for more Stormgate content.